Hello, everyone. All right, let's see. Let's see. Hello, how are you? All right. I need to turn off. There we are. There we are. I started early. How are y'all doing? I decided to try this out and see if I could get on now. I think I might have messed up a little bit, but that's okay. How are y'all doing? Yay. Hello, Patrick. How are you doing? I'm sorry about the last live stream. I know that it didn't come through. And so I'm hoping that people jump on because I'm noticing that now Facebook probably won't work. And that's okay. Who's here is here. So I'm curious about how you've all been, how you've been experiencing the energy. There's been a lot of shifts that are happening. I'm great. It is my birthday, and so I'm celebrating my birthday with all of you, wanting to connect and pull some cards and see what's going on. It's been an interesting time, lots of changes, lots of things happening in the world, lots of things happening within. And so I'm curious about what you guys have been experiencing in your personal life. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, yeah. So today's energy is 8 Ace of Diamonds. And so I'm an Ace of Diamonds. And as an Ace of Diamonds, one of the things that we definitely break through is this idea that I can only have one or the other. And so notice if this is something that you move through. The idea of having perhaps money versus a love life. It's always a this or that rather than the ability to have both, to have the life that you desire. Yeah, absolutely. And so today's energy is also the 8. And so the 8 on an 8 day means that there's going to be a lot of momentum. There's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of energy. And so you want to pay attention to how you are feeling in that moment, because that feeling is what brings forth the thoughts. And so if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling upset, if you're feeling anxious, then you begin to pull in more thoughts that can easily be built into momentum. The 8 is all about finding that center point, the center point of peace, the center point of the moment, the now. And so let's pull cards. Yeah. It feels like, Patrick, you've been moving in the direction of something, but you kind of have stopped yourself short from moving. It's almost like you feel like you've hit a wall, and there's some energy in the throat where it almost feels like either you were not necessarily choked, but you stopped yourself from expressing, or something stopped you from expressing what it is that you are moving out into the world. And so there's a little bit of confusion. Yeah. So let me know if that resonates for you so far. So your work for the collective is for yourself, it is for those in your life, and it is also for the collective. You've been moving in that direction slow and steady, and through this journey, you've also been expanding, you've been growing, you've been moving consecutively as you continue to move. And when I say moving consecutively, you've been going through these like breaking through these shadow aspects as you continue to move forward, because that's part of the journey for those that are moving through the collective. And so in this journey, you've been moving almost what we could say one step ahead of everyone else. And you've been noticing that those in your life have been moving forward, walking the same path per se. And so it's feedback and it's reflective of you are moving on path, knowing that there are many paths to come back to one. There's many paths to come back to you. Now, what you're noticing is there is almost a little bit of a standstill where you feel like the world is stopping you from moving in the direction of what you want. This is a karmic card, meaning that you're receiving a lot of feedback in the world that's showing you that there are no way out. There is no way that you can go. You actually feel blocked. You feel stopped. And you might actually notice that either in what you're seeing through your social media, because I see you like swiping on your phone, maybe perhaps, or on YouTube. You're almost interpreting what's happening in the world as whatever's happening in the world is stopping you from having what it is that you want. And that's what you're breaking through in this moment. And so if you were to come back into asking, okay, what is my next step to move in the direction of this, of my work in the collective, what will lead me into the win-win-win, a win for myself, a win for those in my life, and a win for the collective, what would that step be? Because underlying there is a little bit of fear and trepidation and anxiety of who you will be on the other side of it, because it feels like this has led you in the direction of some really dark nights of the soul. And so some of these experiences have been somewhat painful for you. And so if you were to know, what would that be? What would that experience be for you that you are feeling? What is it that you are noticing? What is it that is creating great anxiety? Because that I feel in your root, and that is holding you back. Now, it does feel like it's a little bit ancestral, and so I'm going a little bit longer with this reading because some people are just starting to show up. Hey. But it does feel like a little bit of that is ancestral, and so there are some ancestral links that are connected to past lives where you've gone and you've lived a life where you've wanted to do this work, but you never did it. It never came into fulfillment. And so that's what you're hitting right now, because in that past life experience that's connected in this moment, you died. And so the body itself is feeling a fear of moving forward in, because it's holding on to the idea of, oh, well, what if this body dies and I don't move into the fulfillment of it? And so it's starting to move and clear. Breaking through this, the willingness to face your fear and break through this and move into the uncertainty is actually cause for celebration. It brings you closer to what it is that you're wanting, your intention, but it's also reminding you that your intention is not going to fall into place the way that you think it's going to fall into place. How you think it's supposed to look is not the way it's going to look. And the reason why it's not going to is because there are other forces that you can't see that are helping to bring it into place for you. And so, yeah, it's your willingness to break through that anxiety and to break through that ancestral tie, that I feel that you can do with ease. Yeah, so let me know how that resonates for you. Hello. How are you doing? I've been thinking about you. Shut up, I'm eating. I'm curious about how you've been doing. I haven't talked to you in some time. I am just curious. I know that I'm not on Facebook. It's not happening in this moment. But what I would love to do is put a link there. So, my darling, what is your question? What curiosities do you have, Ms. Desana? Yeah, you're welcome, Patrick. I'm just gonna, Desana, post this link onto Facebook because I just don't know that I'm here. And let's see. Yeah, what questions do you have, Desana? I am curious. You've been good. I love that. Boom. Oh, I don't have a particular question. So you're just here to visit and hang out? I love that. Oh, gosh. Maybe we can let the card speak. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's let the card speak. I feel like, well, let's see what comes through. I feel like money is top of mind because I can feel money like right there for you. And you're like, where is it? Where is it? But let's see what comes through. Ooh. You've been toggling with this idea of sacrifice. And so again, it does have to do with money because you're looking at contracts. You're looking at how you are connecting with money and how it can come in. And so there's this idea that you need to sacrifice something in order to achieve the greater and the more. And really and truly, you want to take a look at the patterns that are stopping you short. There's a pattern that is wanting to present itself. I'm just kind of waiting for it to get a little bit more clear. And there's a way that you identify yourself in your relationships that's stopping you short from having the money that you actually want. And so when you look at your romantic relationship, there's an idea that's connected and tied to value that is wanting to disintegrate. It's wanting to transmute because there's the meaning that you're giving it isn't serving who you actually are and who you have become. And so you're being invited to act and move in new ways that can allow for you to come into greater prosperity. And so it's really interesting because I can hear your mind. Your mind is in this place of, what does my love relationship have to do with my money? Well, it has everything that's it's truly connected to your money because your identification of how you think he or she would value you is connected to the money itself and the flow of money that's coming forth. It almost feels like this tie, this connection is enveloping this energy of courage. Let me just get a little bit more of that. It's enveloping this courage because the courage is outside of yourself. Your courage has been placed upon how you're seeing yourself reflected in this relationship rather than bringing this courage here and acting on behalf of this courage. There's almost like this fear of, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be disconnected. I don't want to sever a tie. I don't want to cut you off. Oh my God. It's about relationships, Dasana. You're going to have to come back to the recording. All of this is connected to your relationship in love and how you are relating and seeing yourself, which is tied to your value. So your value is tied to how you are receiving and experiencing love with your other, but how you're also not seeing your own value that is present in this relationship here. This is tied to how you are connecting with your resources, with your money, with clients, with your boss, your career, your business. All of these things are intermingled. And if you were to break through this, this will help bring forth the cash flow that you're actually looking for. And the cash flow that you're looking for can come in a multitude of ways. It's all available. You're just not able to see it because you're not seeing yourself clearly reflected in this relationship, and all of it's you. So you are the producer, the director, the main character, the other characters that are in your movie that are helping you to see you. And in this moment, you are not seeing you through great clarity that, we'll say, God, high self would actually see you. It's whatever the opposite of rose-colored glasses would be. So shifting that pattern, and you'll see that this pattern is interwoven in all of these other aspects of your life and in all of these other relationships that you have in your life. It's interwoven, but present with this gentleman will help you to break through, to raise your frequency, come into a deeper sense of your own power, your own sense of presence, and bring forth that courage that you are wanting, desiring, needing to help you to move forward in the direction of what it is that you're wanting to experience. So I hope that serves. You're going to have to come back and watch the replay. Yeah, fun. Very fun. So there's no one else here because I might have messed up a little bit on my StreamYard. So let me know how that resonates. And I'm going to jump off here and I'm going to jump onto my live on Facebook and join me there, Dasana. Patrick, I know you're not on Facebook. So Dasana, join me there. And I wish you both and all, whoever comes to the recording, a beautiful and extraordinary day. Lots of love.